high 70s.
Oh, no.
So that the space is not chilly, but warm. It's not moist.
Moist temperature.
You need candles or tinted light bulbs to create the right lighting atmosphere. Soft red bulbs will work, but candlelight is preferred. You need to have your favorite scents going. So you need a scented candle or some essential oils or incense or flowers that you like. You have to surround yourself with all these things because all of your senses are supposed to be operating at the same time. Not just touch, but vision, smell, sound. You have to have everything working for you at the same time. So if you want to try this by yourself, there are ways you can implement tantric principles when you're alone. But remember, when you're masturbating, that orgasm is not the goal to your masturbation.
What would be the goal?
To get in touch with yourself, Eddie. You're not listening. You have to let your energy flow downward.
That's masturbating.
Through yourself and into the earth, ideally.
Okay.
Or the toilet,
or the sock, or the tissue, whatever is in hand.
Stop focusing on the orgasm. One of these ways you can do this is with self-massage, a full-body massage that you give yourself. Get your favorite oil or lotion and pour it all over your skin. Do your belly, your groin, your inner thighs, your arms, your neck, your chest, your face. Pamper yourself. Get in touch with your own body.
I got like 3 minutes in the bathroom before people start asking questions.
You have to also breathe slowly and deeply. You have to make sure that you practice these breathing exercises that we do. I'm going to give you some of them right now, please. All right? Here's what you do. You count your breath. Okay. Inhaling and exhaling slowly, counting 1, and then the next time 2, and then 3, 4, up to 5, but then you reset and start counting all over again. You do that for about 10 or 15 minutes till you get your breath in sync.
This is after the meditation.
No, it helps you get into the meditation.
Oh, it's before
meditation. You do the breath first.
Okay, then the meditation.
4-7-8 breath is a great technique as well. You inhale through your nose to a count of 4, hold your breath for 7 seconds, then exhale out of your mouth to the count of 8. Recycle that 3 times, and then that will put your mind in the special place you need to be able to appreciate what's happening. Okay. Actually, that technique also worked for sleep. If you're having a hard time sleeping, I used to
4-7-8.
I used to do it with Olivia when she was little and she couldn't sleep. 4-7-8. 4-7-8. In for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. And about 2 or 3 of those, boom, she would go really. Actually, I'll try that. If you're with a partner, foreplay is important. You can do anything you want foreplay to be. It could be taking a shower together, massage, but then you're ready to sit in front of each other, stare into each other's eyes, and sync your breathing. Take 5 minutes to get your breath in sync. Then start to sensually massage each other, but not in a sexual way, just all over the body. But then after another 5 minutes, you can then begin to kiss, but only kiss for another 5 minutes. And then perhaps, if you're ready, you can start the actual sex. But the sex has to be very slow, right? And if you're really into Tantra, what you'll do is orgasm control, which is get close, but then stop and wait for that sensation to go away and then go back to it and do that over and over and over again, sometime for hours. And that's what Sting was talking about when he talked about his prior sex. He wasn't having sex over and over and over again for hours. He was having one sexual experience
stopping before he
that would last 6, 7, 8 hours with his wife.
Truly a long time.
But you'll be so in sync with each other. They say that you have to lock eyes and you can't blink. You have to stare into each other's souls.
A staring contest before you have sex.
You can stare into each other's eyes so your souls will intermingle.
I can't stare at someone's eyes for 5 minutes.
Here are some of the positions you can use. The yabyum. This is when you're sitting cross-legged on the floor.
Ewok position.
It's the lotus. You sit cross-legged on the floor. Your partner sits on your thighs and crosses their ankles behind your back.
That's hot.
And then you stare into each other's eyes and you breathe in sync until you feel as one.
Are you inside?
No. No sex.
So where's your thing? Just sit between you both?
Here's the thing about tantric sex. They say you don't even need to be naked. In fact, they suggest maybe you do it with clothes on.
It's getting uncomfortable.
So you're not focused on the sex stuff. You're focused on the connection, the communication, the commingling of your essence.
You still have an erection. It's gonna hurt. It's all smashed together.
The hand on the heart position. Similar to that, you sit with your legs straight out, the partner sits on your thighs and puts their hand over your heart so they can get the sense of your heartbeat and get in rhythm with your heart.
How long do you do that for?
An hour to
Your legs will fall asleep if someone's sitting on your thighs for an hour.
Then try the relaxed arch position. You're sitting upright on the floor with your legs straight. The partner kneels on your lap and then slowly starts to arch their back backwards until their head rests between your legs, and then they grab your ankles or your feet. That's the relaxed arch.
Well, it seems relaxing. So relaxing. I'm
Relaxing.
tired thinking about it.
Besides orgasm control being one of the goals of tantric sex, also sacred spot massage. Where's the sacred spot? For you, it'd be your prostate.
That's true.
So Tracy would have to spend an hour or so massaging your sacred spot to relieve all your energy.
Won't take that long.
Ends up in there. Or you could do it with her in the upper inner wall of her vagina, of course known as the G-spot. Let the heat and the energy build, allowing the emotions connected with that, the spiritual sense that's connected with that, and not focusing so much on the physical aspect.
I think I want an asshole massage for an hour. That's a long time for someone to be up in there.
See? That's your mind is not in the right place. You're already resisting.
No.
You're already tensing up. You're thinking negative thoughts. You're resisting your mind. If we were to have tantric sex right now, I would say to you, you are not in the right mind space.
I don't think I ever will be.
So we're going to have to breathe together.
No.
We're going to stare into
Not
each other's
Stop
eyes.
staring at my eyes. It's making me uncomfortable.
We're going
Eye contact does not work.
going to have to get your mind in an open place. You have to be open to this.
If you have a finger in my ass for an hour and then you pull it out, you're going to have shit on your hand.
Oh, see, you just ruined
I'm not ruining it. I'm going to be so relaxed at that point, it's going to open the floodgates. You're asking
Can't you
for
go
it.
before we enter into
I would need 3 or 4 days of prep time.
If you, like Eddie, are dying to try some tantric sex, they highly recommend that you get a teacher. They say you and your partner can go to a trained tantra guide, and they can walk you through the position, the breathing, the experiences. Take a few classes so that you have a real good, firm grasp on the basics before you try this.
Just watching people do it for an hour.
So there are books, there are teachers, there are guides, there are groups available on the interwebs if that's something that appeals to you. And the magic of tantra sex, a combination of body, mind, and spirit, the holistic way to interact with the one that you love.
I get the holding off, stopping, going, just so it goes longer. I get that part, but everything else.
I didn't see one mention of spanking in any of this.
There's no spanking.
I don't think it's going to work for me. But it might be for you. Hopefully that answered your question, Naif. That is today's Ralph section.
Just too goal-oriented.
It's not for me. I kid, but it's not. Because it's not. I like loud and angry and fast and quick motion and jarring, and I like a lot of pseudo violence when it comes to my sex. Not in a violent way, meaning actual violence. But I want the bodies to be.
You want motion.
Action and a lot of activity.
I'm fine with that. It's just I don't think I could sit there. I would start cracking up and laughing. That's just my personality. I can't take anything that serious for that long. I would laugh and then ruin everything.
There's an animalistic side of sex that seems to be lacking in that. And I understand there's a place for this when you want to really connect with the person that you love, and these are exercises that will help you do that. That's all well and good. But I'll wait afterwards. Yeah, well, they actually recommend a lot of cupping too. Anything that will get your cheese together. Not cheese as in like Velveeta, but chi as in CH. All right, kids, that's it for today's show. Come on back and join us tomorrow, why don't you? Last Ralph Report of the week this Friday. Oh, speaking of programming notes, Monday here in the United States of America is Labor Day, so we'll be taking Monday off. I'll be sending out a flashback episode for that, but we'll be back with you on Tuesday for a brand new show. But still, tomorrow, the last show of the week, come join us, won't you? We're going to have a good time. We got the video ball. We're going to crack that open and take a look at the movies from the 1970s that maybe have been overlooked, and we'll make some recommendations to you. Also, more entertainment news. Jay Busby from Yahoo Sports will be joining us. Jay, of course, will be with us all season long as we launch into the NFL. Not this coming weekend, but the next. But Jay's going to be on hand tomorrow to talk about this story of Bishop Sycamore.
It's so fascinating.
How ESPN got duped rather into airing a football game that had no business being on television. What is the school, Bishop Sycamore? Who runs it? How did this all happen? It's a fascinating con artist story that we'll be delving into tomorrow with Jay. So, good show tomorrow. Come back and join us. Meanwhile, if you're not sure whether you want to take horse dewormer or not, maybe think about the vaccine. Maybe. And the mask. Bang. Good in the hood. For anywhere near Joe Rogan, I recommend a little social distance.
Stay sweet at 6 feet.
Because
life is life.
And it's just getting ridiculous out there. So take care of yourselves and each other's. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I love you. Mean it. Bye. Because that means we walk hand in hand into the weekend together, as it should be. Skipping, perhaps, depending on what you have going on this weekend. It is going to be a great show today, kids, because it's a Hot Fudge Friday. What's going in store for you, boys and girls, on this September 3rd, year of our goddess Lilith 2021. Oh, hello, Lilith. It is right to give her thanks and praise, just as it's right for you guys to be here with us. I am your old podcast pal, Ralph Garman, and sitting here in the Batcave with me is the Rear Admiral himself, the Sheriff of Ghost Town, the man who's looking at poop pictures on the internet. It's...
Oh my God, oh my gosh.
Some folks call him Eddie Pence. Hey, everybody.
Yo, Eddie.
Some people are going to be wondering what that means, but apparently in his spare time, Eddie likes to check out poop pictures on the internet.
No, it was on Reddit.
I don't care where it is. I want to know why you're looking at people.
Apparently, the people that are taking that dewormer, because they think it's a COVID cure, or
ivermectin,
are taking pictures of their poop.
See?
And showing that they're like worms in there, thinking they're deworming themselves with actually pieces of their intestine.
What?
That's what's on Reddit. I don't know. I don't make Reddit. I just look at Reddit.
Oh, man.
I don't know if it's real or not. It's Reddit. It's the internet. It's probably fake.
So you don't know whether it's worms or whether it's intestine?
I've heard it. People are saying it's pieces of their intestine. I don't know.
God.
I don't know.
What are you doing with your life?
The world's insane.
Why are you even going there?
I don't know.
Whatever there
You don't
is.
start there, you end up there.
I can only
You don't
imagine
start there.
what you're looking for or at that's where you're ending up.
It goes there. You've gone down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I've never ended up with worm poop photos. All my time on the internet, never once wandered across that.
You haven't gone far enough.
I tend to steer clear of Reddit in general.
I'm not a big Reddit person
As a
either.
whole. No 4chan for me, no Reddit for me. I don't.
No, I dip a toe over there every once in a while just to see what's going on.
It's like walking home from a bar at 2 o'clock in the morning. There are certain neighborhoods, certain streets you avoid,
Right.
because you know you're just axing for trouble should you wander into the
You don't walk down Reddit alley at 2 a.m.
No, I don't go down 4chan Boulevard, and I don't go down Reddit. Well, then today's show is going to be better for you than what you were doing before.
Oh, yes.
I can guarantee that.
Not guaranteed.
Today's show
Definite improvement.
more entertaining than trying to decipher people's poops. We got a hell of a show lined up for you today, kids.
Because on the counter, you want to know why?
I'm going to tell you why. Because very excited to welcome the return of our old pal Jay Busby from Yahoo Sports. Jay's going to be on hand because, next week, every week, as we look at the NFL season, we love to talk football with Jay. He's well versed in the ways of professional football. But I thought I'd bring him on this week because I wanted to delve deeper into this story that I just have sort of a cursory knowledge about the high school football team that scammed ESPN into putting them on television. Right. And I guess it's not really a high school at all. There's all kinds of shenanigans going on.
Yes.
So Jay he's our sports guy, so he's going to give us all the backstory about this con artist who's apparently putting together high school football teams for high school football.
It's hilarious.
So more with Jay later on today. It is Friday. That means we're going to venture into the video vault as well. Here in the Batcave, we have a giant, massive titanium vault which contains every movie in the history of mankind. And every weekend, we like to pull out a couple suggestions for you in case you want to watch something over the weekend. These are all films that we feel have been underappreciated or overlooked. So we're going to give you our suggestions from the decade of the 1970s. Today, 1970.
I forget how good these decades were with films. Every time I look back at the decade as a whole, I'm like, wow,
70s, great, classic decade of films.
crazy.
Eddie Pence's pick today, by the way, I have never seen.
You've never seen it?
Never seen this film. I've heard a ton about it. I know of its existence. But if I was listening to this show, then I would be the guy going, oh yeah, I should probably check that out. I want to find out what's going on. So Eddie Pence will have to sell me on his pick. Oh no, later on in the show. What else? We got entertainment news, of course. We got your phone calls. Oh, it's Garvey Game Show Day. Once again, Eddie Pence stepping up as the quizmaster. I'll be trying to win some fabulous cash and prizes, cash not included, for a lucky member of the Garmy who we will select at random today. So as you can tell, we're chock-a-block with content. Okay. Today, and we're going to get right into it. But before we do, I'd like to take a good hard look at your tax dollars at work if you're an American citizen. Okay? This story caught my eye because it seems like maybe their focus is in the wrong place. Hard to believe that a governmental agency could be not doing what I believe they should be doing.
Wasteful spending is what you're saying?
With their time, energy, and or money. But I'm talking about the Federal Trade Commission. Okay? If you're familiar with that governmental organization, their job is primarily to protect us from financial ne'er-do-wells who would take advantage of us.
Right, like the stock market thing in the 2008.
Yes, banking scams, tax scams. They're also responsible for these COVID charity scams that have been going on. Now you're seeing the same thing with the hurricane relief scams. There's a lot of bad business going on out there that tries to take advantage of us, the poor, unassuming taxpayer.
They're the watchdogs.
They are the watchdogs, and they should be out there watching stuff. I don't think they should be watching this, however. Because it seems like, I think we got bigger fish to fry, as the man likes to say.
Well, okay.
Federal Trade Commission has announced their investigation at Pence
Into what?
into McFlurry machines. McDonald's McFlurry machines. Apparently this is a problem. This is a big problem.
What's the problem?
The McFlurry machines are often not working, Eddie Pence.
Well, anyone who's gone to McDonald's ever knows that the milkshake machine works 1 day a week.
Well, it's not milkshakes.
Like the McFlurry's just adjacent to the milkshake.
No, it's not. It's a very different thing. See, maybe we do need the Federal
Maybe we do.
Trade Commission to step in because you obviously know very little about the
I
McFlurry.
just know you can never get a milkshake when you want one. That's all.
Not a milkshake. Once again,
Hey, McFlurry.
this is a McFlurry. This is different. McFlurry is that soft serve concoction that they have at McDonald's. You eat with a spoon.
They mix up Heath bars and M&Ms into it.
Yes,
Yeah.
not a milkshake at all.
I know.
McFlurry is its own thing.
Got it.
And I had no idea that this was a concern, but apparently people are furious that the McFlurry machines are not available when they want them.
Well, yeah.
What do you mean, well, yeah.
As a consumer, and you go in, they offer something, and should be available.
Who gives a fuck about McFlurries?
Have you ever had
I've
one?
never had a McFlurry in my life.
Have one and you would give a fuck.
Why would I have a McFlurry when Blizzards exist? That's all I would
Because it's
ask.
easier to find a McDonald's than a goddamn Dairy Queen.
Here's the
It's
thing.
impossible.
This problem has been so persistent, apparently, that even other fast food joints have taken shots at McDonald's on social media. Both Wendy's and Jack in the Box have mocked McDonald's inability to keep their McFlurry machines up and running. Oh, so bad is this problem that there exists on the interwebs a website that is called McBroken, which tracks the broken McFlurry machines around the country in the United States.
That's helpful. You know which one not to go to.
Why is the government stepping in to investigate McFlurry machines?
They gotta watch the little things as well as the big things.
This is
You just focus on the big shit all the
worst
time.
case scenario is you don't get a McFlurry.
Right.
You don't pack your arteries with whatever's in the McFlurry. They're probably doing you a favor.
Probably, but not in the moment. Doesn't feel like a favor.
Here's the problem with the McFlurry machines. They are apparently overly complicated to operate and incredibly difficult to clean. The machines require a nightly automated heat cleaning cycle that can last up to 4 hours just to get rid of the bacteria that gathers inside the McFlurry machines. When the cleaning cycle fails, the machines require repairmen to come along. They're useless until they get repaired, and that takes time. And that's why sometimes when you go into McDonald's, you're filled with dread and disappointment upon the news that McFlurries once again are no longer available. So now, finally, the federal government is stepping in to solve this crisis, known as McFlurrygate.
I mean, the McFlurry's been around now, almost 30 years, so the technology should be to the point where they should advance the McFlurry technology to the point where it's not a problem. There's something's missing.
Nothing is amiss.
Something's amiss.
Sometimes you don't get a McFlurry. That's the worst case scenario. Why is the federal government getting involved in the McFlurry issue?
Because everything needs to be solved. All problems.
Let's look at the list. Let's look at the list.
It's
of
easier
problems.
to tackle this one than some of the other ones. Let's start with the easy ones.
For goddamn sure.
When you're taking a test in school, you go through the test, you go, let me get the easy ones out of the way, and I'll come back to the hard ones later. That's what they're doing.
The Wall Street Journal has obtained a letter through a secret source that says the federal Deep Flurry, Cold Throat. Federal Trade Commission wants to know how McDonald's use their suppliers and equipment, including ice cream machines. They want to get to the bottom of why this problem is existing and why so many people are not getting their McFlurries. I want everyone in this story to die.
Something seems amiss. It really does.
Oh my God.
Something seems sus.
It's funny, of all the shit that's wrong in America, mess with people's fast food. That's the thing they scream loudest about, enough to get the federal government to step in.
McFlurries.
Oh,
And then that would get attention.
make McFlurries available to everyone and just
Down here, ha ha ha.
People are shitting their McFlurries out.
Nope.
They do that anyway.
No.
Just made me so
Here,
upset.
right here, it's in the closet. You're not unlocking it.
It's a lost cause.
Oh, we're already circling the drain.
This country's done. Just put a spoon in our McFlurries because we're done. Oh, that's good. I got that off my chest. I feel better now, and I'm going to feel even more betterer when I listen to these phone calls from our beloved members of the Army. We love it when you reach out to us in so many ways you can do it, by the way. Send me an email if you're a person who likes to jot things down. You really don't jot down an email, do you? You type it
No,
out.
you type it down.
Unless you want to gather your thoughts before you start typing, then maybe.
So you jot some notes down and type it.
Bullet
That's
points down.
kind of stupid because you
Not
can just
stupid.
delete the email.
I like pen to paper. I still enjoy that feeling.
Right, when paper is the final product, the just paper and then type makes no sense.
You're just gonna be arbitrary with everything
No,
today.
with a typewriter, yeah, because that's a pain in the ass. You can't correct the typewriter, but word processing. I had a Twinkie before it came over, so I'm just like, I'm tripping up sugar balls right now. So
Good thing you didn't have a McFlurry.
I couldn't get one.
RalphTheRalphReport.com, that's the email address. Eddie, Steve, also available at that same email address. You can find us on social media, or you can do what a lot of folks like to do. Just leave a voicemail message on the Ralph Report hotline. That might be the easiest way because it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, available to you. To leave your feelings, your comments, your questions, your thoughts, anything that comes into, well, I guess I should renegade it by saying not anything that comes into your mind, but something you think is worth sharing. You can just dial up that phone number, 1-833.
Hello.
And then listen to them all. We put them here in a segment known as Garmy on the Line.
The telephone is ringing. The Garmy's on the line. Ralph's gonna play your calls now and see what's on your
Now, people are taking advantage of me now that the drunk callers thing went so well. Oh, man. This isn't a drunk caller, but I may need to make an addendum to my rules regarding phone calls.
The word comfortable is shortened to comfy.
Yes.
Why can't it be comfy? That still makes sense. By the way, you never said anything about calling in a little high.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe calling in high isn't a great idea either. He's upset that it's short. Comfy is short for comfortable.
Right.
Why isn't it comfy?
Comfy. Comfy. I mean, it's a legitimate argument.
It's not at all. It's comfy is actually harder to pronounce than comfy.
Well, I mean, you're abbreviating the word so it's easier and quicker to say, and throw the T in makes it more difficult.
And if you did shorten it to comfy, people would naturally just start slurring it into comfy.
Right.
So you'd get the final product anyway.
Or do the comfy dance.
Oh, man.
So dumb. You're on a roll lately. Fucking Twinkies, man. Stay away.
Speaking of Eddie's comedy,
Oh, yeah?
here's the funny thing about comedy. It's very subjective. Some people will hear something Eddie says and go, really? You think that's funny? And then other people, much to my surprise, think it's the funniest thing ever.
What's up, Ralph? Yo-ho, Eddie. Hunter Omengo, one-star general out of Livingston, Montana. Driving to work this morning, and I literally had to pull over. Fucking Bob's BMW, bro. That's epic. That's like the funniest shit that I've heard
Really?
in a long time.
Is it?
Which also puts me in a request for a happy hit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bob, if you could play Bob by No Effects, that would be awesome.
Yeah, maybe another time. Maybe another time.
Bob BMW.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Hey.
If you missed it yesterday, Eddie thought it was hilarious to get a vanity license plate that read Bob's BMW on his Mustang. And then people would point out to him that his Mustang wasn't a BMW. And then you would hit him with the big closer, Eddie, which was what?
My name's not Bob.
Still? Look at you. Look at you.
Oh, fuck, it kills me. And it's mine. My name's not Bob.
Yeah.
Sure is. It's not a BMW.
We, as I mentioned, are going to look at the video vault today, the era being the 1970s. That's the decade. Last week, we did the 1960s.
Yes.
And to my shock and surprise, it turns out that Michael Caine is a listener of the Ralph Report. And he suggested that one of his films from the 60s should be featured on the show. Nobody chose a Michael Caine movie from the 60s last week. Now, guess who's upset?
Hello, this is Michael Caine calling from the 1970s. So, I'm calling because I'm not happy with you or your taste. He didn't feature any of my films in the 1960s video vault, and I don't want it to happen again. Now, you've got one more chance. One chance to make it right. I mean, she was only 16 years old, bro. She was only 16 years old.
Get Carter.
Don't let me down, and don't let it happen again.
Jesus.
Or be accuracy.
Okay. Yeah, see? Richie Robinson at the end. Sand, look, love you, buddy, but you're British. How can you do such such a bad English accent? How is your content so awful?
Well, he did say Michael Caine here, which really made me sad.
Yeah. Michael Caine, yeah? So, speaking of happy hits, sadly, Hunter, we won't be playing Bob by No Effects. I don't want to pay any more tribute to Eddie's license plate that you already did. But we do have another pick from Timmy. As you know, on Fridays, we like to feature songs that have been played in movies, tied in with our Video Vault segment. So here's Tim's suggestion.
Good morning, gentlemen. This is Timmy from Pomona. I'd like to throw my hat in the ring for Friday's Happy Hit related to some Hollywood movies 2008.
All right?
Pineapple Express and Slumdog Millionaire had MIA's Paper Planes on their soundtrack, and for some reason I love that damn song. And love you guys, mean it, bye.
It is a catchy tune, MIA's Paper Planes.
Hey, you can't tie it back. Will it fall off? What do you like, Dr. Candy? After lunch?
Where's the other ones at?
With the host that loves you most, Ralph Garman. And the contestant that can win you fabulous prizes, Ralph Garman. Thank you, John Cooperman. Welcome, everyone, to the Garmin Game Show. Yes, I am your host and your contestant today because Eddie Pence is going to be our quiz master once again. Man's got a knack for putting together tests, I gotta tell you. It's
Not a good test taker.
not a good
Not a
test
test
taker.
maker.
You're much more relaxed giving the quizzes than you are
There's no pressure
taking the
giving.
quizzes. Usually you get all angry, but from time to time we're going to switch back and forth. But Eddie was kind enough to put it together again today. Here's how we play. If you're new to the Garmin Game Show, 10 questions will be asked. All I need to do in order for the Garmin member to win is answer 5 correctly. The low bar of 50% is where we set it. If that's the case, then the Garmin member wins today's prize. Now, keep in mind, should I go 10 for 10 and get them all correct, then the Garmin member will win the prize and the additional grand prize of the video version of Eddie Pence's comedy on special recorded live in Washington, D.C. Now, should I blank and get none correct, well, then nobody leaves the Garmin Game Show empty-handed because the consolation prize is the audio CD version of Eddie's comedy special. All
We
right.
just celebrated the 1-year anniversary of the release of my comedy special yesterday.
Congratulations. How much money have you made so far off of that very popular comedy special?
Oh, Comedy Dynamics, $117.
You owe them $117. Finest business mind in the business, kids. Eddie
I mean, I'll
Pence.
never pay it. It'll recoup it the more that it sells, but I'll never owe that to them. But that guy did get an invoice for it.
Well,
So, but I've never made a dime on it.
best of luck.
Yeah, that's comedy.
Let's find out what a Garmy member could be playing for today. Ralph Garman, what are we playing for?
Why, thank you, Ralph. Today, the lucky Garmy member could win the Ralph Report swag bag. That's right, all the Ralph Report goodies featuring the Ralph Report shot glass, the Ralph Report air freshener, and the Ralph Report notepad. Back to you, Ralph.
Thank you so much, Ralph Garman. All right. As you know, we pick a random Garmy member's name.
Yes.
Here's how you win, by the way, or enter rather. You got to send an email to Eddie Pence with Garmy Game Show in the subject line, please, so he can identify you. Give him your name and your mailing address in case we pick your name out. Let's see who I'm playing for today. Today, Joe Malone.
Joe Malone.
That sounds like a fake name. He's wanted by the law.
It's like a guy who roughs up people for the mob.
Joe Malone, see. Oh, I watched a great show on Netflix this week.
What?
It's a 3-part series called... Can't remember the specifics of it, but
people
it's
need the name of it.
It's about the mafia
Okay.
in
Still
the
very broad.
1980s.
Again, not narrowing it down.
And the first time they were able to take down all 5 heads of the 5 families in New York, it was one.
Is it based on a true story?
It's a documentary.
Oh, documentary.
Yeah, it's about the RICO law that they used to bring down all 5 of the heads of the mob
Oh, wow.
at the same time,
Oh, wow.
and how they built the case and how they planted the bugs to get the recordings and stuff. It's
Is that
fascinating.
thing Giuliani was involved in?
Yes, well, he was the
leader of that, right?
he was the
What,
attorney general, the attorney whatever, the district attorney
Yes.
for the Southern
District of New York.
Southern District.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was the one who prosecuted this case and took down the 5 heads of the man.
If you want to watch a depressing documentary on Netflix, watch that Bob Ross documentary.
I watched that too.
That is depressing.
It's not that depressing.
It's not a pick-me-up.
No, but it's not that depressing. It's sadder what happened
Compared to watching Bob Ross.
his state afterwards than his own life. He seemed to be pretty much the same guy we all thought he was.
Yeah, which was good to know.
Yeah, he seems
That
like
was
a good
good to
dude. But Eddie's right. That's another good one. Okay.
All right.
Where did we go? From there.
We tangentially went over
Tangential. What was I saying? Oh, Joe Malone. That's
Joe
where we were.
Malone.
Joe Malone from Bohemia, New York. Joe Malone in Bohemia. You are the Garmy member I will be playing. All right. We've set the stage.
Yes.
Now tell us, Eddie Pence, what is the focus of today's quiz
Well,
here on the Garmy Game Show?
You're not going to be happy
Oh, for fuck's sake.
because Shang-Chi comes out in theaters today.
Oh, boy.
The next big movie of Phase 4 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we would give you a quiz on the first 3 phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Now, is this the one we didn't do last week?
I modified it.
Oh,
I went back
boy.
through it and I was like, okay, this is a little too advanced.
What color was the shoe that Peter Parker wore when he got
See,
bitten by the spider?
I took that one off.
Yeah.
That's not on there. I went now and I did more of an elementary version.
So these are legitimately answerable questions.
I think so. I think
But
these
you're
are
a
legitimate.
hardcore MCU nerd.
Right, but I didn't research these. I did these off of the top of my head where I think, okay, these are easily ones that you can come up with.
All right.
I don't think this is too difficult.
All right, Joe. I'll do my best.
All right, here we go.
All right.
How many Infinity Stones are there?
How many Infinity Stones are there? All right. I have to envision the gauntlet.
Yes. Bonus points if you can name them.
Where did they go? There's 5 and there's 1 in each finger.
Okay, so that's 4.
No, including the thumb on that
Is
one.
thumb technically a finger?
Yes, they're all. You get 5 fingers on your hand. For fuck's sake.
4 fingers in the thumb.
Oh Jesus! Does anyone ever say that? I give you the 5.
Okay,
I give you the 4 finger and the thumb discount when someone is shoplifting.
So 5. Yeah, 5.
5, but I think there's 1 on the back of the gauntlet
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
So I believe I want to say 6.
6, you're right.
Yay! All right, 6.
Can you name them?
I can name a couple of them. I know the Time Stone.
Okay.
That's the one that's in the Eye of Agamotto,
Right.
The Doctor Strange's.
Right.
There's the Mind Stone.
Right. Vision's the one.
Vision. I know it's in his head. There's the Soul Stone.
Right.
That's the one that what's your name dies for. Black Widow dies for.
Spoilers.
So that's 3 I got right.
Okay.
I only have 3 left.
Yes.
One is the Power Stone.
Great. That's the purple one.
Right. Then you get the Gallstone
The
and
Gallstone.
the Kidney Stone. I'm thinking that rounds out the 6.
The Kingpin had the kidney stone.
That's right. What am I missing? What 2 am I missing?
You're missing the Space Stone, the blue one. That was
Space.
Tesseract,
Space Stone.
and the Reality Stone, the red one.
Of course.
So, but that's good.
All right.
That wasn't too hard.
6. Got it. Moving on.
All right. Which eye does Nick Fury have an eye patch on?
Left eye.
Get these motherfucking snakes off my motherfucking plane. My favorite Nick Fury line. Which
eye does he have the eye patch on?
Tony Stark, I want you to be in the Avengers. I'm trying to
Oh, okay.
do an
Get
impression
in.
get into
Yes.
the Nick Fury. Get off that donut. Which eye? I would say it's a 50-50. I'm
That's
gonna go
50-50.
left eye.
Got it.
Yeah, all
Look at
right.
you.
Crushing
Look at
this
you.
one. Crushing it.
All right. Can you name the original 6 members of the Avengers in the MCU in the first Avengers film? When they do the hero shot,
Right,
in
and
the
do that
street of
giant
New York,
pan
can
where
you
they
name all
all
6?
standing in a circle, their butts up against
Yes.
each other.
Tight spandex.
Butt stuff. They want to do butt stuff. All right, the original 6.
Okay.
All right, Tony Stark, obviously Iron Man.
Iron Man, yes.
Then Captain America,
Got
the
it.
first Avenger.
Got it.
Then Incredible Hulk.
Got it.
That's 3.
That's 3, halfway there.
That's 3 of them. And then the woman, Black Widow.
The Black Widow
woman.
Yes.
Green Arrow wannabe, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yes.
That's 5.
right.
Who am I missing? Hawkeye, but I'm trying to envision them standing up there.
Captain America.
I know,
Black
I said
Widow,
that.
Hulk, Hawkeye, Iron Man.
Who's the other one? There's 6.
The strongest Avenger.
Oh, of course, Thor. Yeah, with the big hammer thing. All right, okay.
All right, this one might be a little more difficult. Hulk's stronger than Thor. Not in Thor's mind.
Well, no, not in his.
He's the mightiest Avenger.
His blonde,
The mighty
mind.
Thor. Which MCU film is the only MCU film without an end credit scene? This one's a little bit more difficult.
Do you think? Well, there's only been, 23 of them?
23. They've all had end credit scenes except for one.
Who remembers which one doesn't have
It's very specific. It's very.
I want to say...
Endgame.
Well, I guess that wouldn't it be the one where they wrapped everything up so you wouldn't really have to tease anything else? So I'm going to say Endgame.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Yeah, look at, they just had the hammering of Tony Stark beating the metal in the cave. You could hear the clank, clank.
Taking us back to the beginning.
Yes, that was it.
Nice.
Which characters can't pick up Thor's hammer? Is it A, Thor?
He can pick up his own
I
hammer.
know.
Comedy.
B, Loki. C, Captain America, or D, Vision? Which one of those can't pick up Thor's hammer?
Can't. Well, I remember the scene where they're all drunk and they're trying to pick it up, and then Captain America couldn't do it, and someone else couldn't do it. Tony Stark couldn't do it.
Right. None of them could do it there.
But in Endgame, I remember he picks it up, and you and your friends wet your pants.
I still have the stains.
So I know he can do it, and Thor obviously can do it.
Right.
And Vision, I think, really freaks everybody out because he just picks it up nonchalant
Yes.
at one point. So I'm going to say Loki does it.
Loki, you're right. There you go. Not bad.
Okay.
All right. Now, here's a little more tricky. I don't know if this is tricky. I think I would have got this one. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Of course. Where?
What?
Not where.
How?
What?
Who?
Where did Natasha and Clint Barton meet?
Where did they meet?
It's referenced multiple times in multiple films.
Multiple times in multiple films. They met
Most recently, The Black Widow.
on Tinder.
That's correct.
I believe
They
it was
did.
Tinder. No, they met in Germany.
Oh, Budapest.
really dumb this down for me, did you?
I tried.
Very nice. Very nice.